Hello, friends of Brooklyn. I'm Michael PALCISKO, the host of Brooklyn 2.0, and I'm at the Service Garage in Brooklyn. And today's episode is all about saving the environment, saving the earth, and recycling. What goes into your recycling bin and what does not. The blue recycling bin, I'm putting my newspapers, my plastic bottle. Stay tuned for a great show. I'm with John Verba, the Service Director of the City of Brooklyn. John, what are the responsibilities of a Service Director?
Well, thanks for asking that, Mike. Basically, my job is to oversee all the services that we provide for the residents of Brooklyn, such as recycling and our trash pickup.
John, I'm thinking recycling, I'm thinking about saving the earth, saving the environment. What's the difference between the blue can and the green can?
Well, Mike, the blue can is our recycling container, and that's a 64-gallon container, and the larger container, the green can, is for our refuse.
What just goes in the blue can? What products go in the blue can or the green can?
Mike, I'm going to provide you with an expert, Diane Bickett, who is the Executive Director of the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste District.
Diane, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Diane, let's talk recycling. Why is recycling so important?
Well, recycling is important because, our Earth has limited natural resources. So we recycle to conserve natural resources, and we recycle to conserve landfill space, save the city money on disposal fees, and also saving energy.
What can I recycle and what can I not recycle?
So in Brooklyn's recycling program, you have a cart to place your recycling in. There are 5 categories of items that should go in there. Those include glass bottles and jars, plastic bottles and jugs only, paper and cardboard, milk cartons.
I've heard in the news about contamination. Could you tell me a little about what is contamination when it comes to recycling?
So contamination really is just putting stuff that doesn't belong in the recycling cart in the recycling cart. So in addition to things that I mentioned, which is the cans, cartons, paper and cardboard, plastic bottles and jugs, people are also throwing in plastic bags, they're throwing in clothing, they're throwing in bowling balls, if you can believe it.
Are you serious? Bowling balls?
They're throwing in all sorts of things that don't belong there, things that aren't designed to be sorted out at the recycling plant or get tangled up in the equipment at the recycling plant. So that's a big problem because it costs a lot of money to sort out that contamination. So just stick to the main 5 categories and you'll be okay. China recently decided to stop importing a lot of our recycling, and that's causing some impacts back here in Ohio with rejected loads and that sort of thing. So keeping the recyclables clean and limiting it to the core items that I mentioned is very important.
What programs does the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste District offer the City of Brooklyn?
So we work closely with all the communities in Cuyahoga County. We offer them household hazardous waste collection services. We offer them a scrap tire roundup, litter collection services, programs for recycling electronics. So these are things we focus on, special waste that help the city dispose of those items that are outside the traditional waste stream. We help and pay for that. We also offer a grant program to help the city produce educational materials about recycling. I understand the city residents will be getting a magnet pretty soon with recycling instructions, so look for that, keep it on your fridge.
Do you go into the schools and talk to kids when you talk about an education program? Do you go into the schools and talk to kids about recycling, how important it is?
We do. We offer, we have an education specialist that will work in the school. She'll do a program for a classroom. She offers a lot of resources for teachers in terms of lesson plans and things of that nature. We also have a lot of adult education programs. So we have programs that teach people how to compost in their backyard. We offer general recycling presentations through community groups and that sort of thing. So we're the main resource in Cuyahoga County for information and services and programs around sustainable solid waste management.
Dan, I want to thank you. It's all about recycling, saving the earth and the environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're back in front of the recycling truck. I know how the bins are picked up. but how would you pick up my refrigerator with this recycling truck, this big claw here?
Well, Mike, we actually send out, our special pickup policy has changed in the years. We now only do special pickups on Fridays. The resident must call the service garage by Thursday at 3:30, 216-635-4232, talk to the dispatcher, and arrange for a special pickup. We will send another truck by, not the recycling truck, but we'll send one of our old garbage trucks come by and pick up the extra items that cannot fit in your recycling bin. But you got to make sure that you do call ahead. The problem that we're running into is we're getting over 200 to 250 items to be picked up on a Friday.
Wow.
If you don't call for a pickup, we're not going to be able to get to it. And a lot of the residents say, well, you're right at my neighbor's house. Why didn't you get that? The problem being is, if we had 50 more pickups that people didn't call in, sure, it's right next door, but we'll never be able to get to the ones that were actually called in. So it's very important. Minor step, just call the service garage and arrange for a special pickup, and you cannot put it out until Thursday, 5 o'clock the night before.
So you're taking care of the residents when it comes to refrigerators, but what about mattresses and paint cans?
Well, Mike, I know for your mattress, you definitely probably gonna have to check underneath, make sure all the money's out of there, because I know you're very, very frugal. But residents, again, same thing. Motor oil, you'd have to actually bring down to the service garage, stop up front, check in at the office. We have a place right here behind you with the motor oil. The mattress, the same thing. It doesn't fit in your recycling bin or your garbage can. You would actually have to call for a special pickup.
John, I left you all the money. I want you to know that.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mike.
John, you know I'm Mr. Mechanically Inclined.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I change my own tires in my cars. Just what do I do with this tire?
Well, you can bring the tire down to the service garage located at 9400 Memphis. Just check in the office with our dispatcher, Dave Holzheimer. He'll direct you to our tire bin location, and you can put your tire here in the bin. We really encourage residents when they get their tires changed at a mechanic to have the mechanic or the dealer or the shop take the tires for you instead of you bringing them down here, because what's happening is a lot of places that recycle tires are no longer taking them because they're contaminated as well with rims and so on. So we really, if you have a way to dispose of them with your mechanic, that would be preferred. But if not, you can bring them down here to our service garage and Mike, just roll it in there. We'll take it.
All right, very simple. Boom! Done. John, it's summertime. Love cutting the grass. Just what do I do with my grass clippings?
Well, Mike, we pick up the grass clippings on your normal trash day. All we ask is that you put your clippings, first of all, if you could mulch your grass, that would be great. That's the safest thing and the best thing for your grass. Also, if you need to bag your grass, we ask that you put it in a garbage can and put it out next to your recycling container on your rubbish day. We're really trying to get away from taking the brown paper bags where we take our compost material to our Kurtz brothers. They're really starting to crack down on that, because as you can see right here, this is our compost pile on site, and what happens is those brown bags get caught into conveyors and it jams the system. So a lot of recyclers do not want to take brown paper bags. So we're trying to get residents into the practice of just either mulching your grass or putting it in a garbage can.
Say I have a dead tree. What would the city do for a dead tree?
Well, we take care of all the trees that are on the tree lawn, which is city property. So if you had a dead tree or you thought it needed to be trimmed, what you would do is call the service garage at 216-635-4232 and ask them to be put on a list. We'll have our arborist, Jerry Eshin, come out, check it out. He'll either trim it, or if it needs to be cut down because it is dead or diseased, what we'll do is put you on a list and get that taken care of.
Fall time, I rake my leaves. What do you do with the leaves?
We have a leaf truck that comes around. We usually try to post signs out on the streets. All you have to do is rake your leaves to the tree lawn. Don't put them in the street because they get clogged the sewers. Put them on the tree lawn. We'll send our truck throughout the area periodically, and we'll pick up your leaves for you.
John, I want to beautify my yard and I want to save some money. I know the city of Brooklyn has a wood chip program. Is it free?
Yes, Mike. When we cut down our trees, we run them through the chipper, and we got a big supply here of wood chips, and the residents are more than welcome to come on down and get some for their yard. Use it for their landscaping.
John, what are the hours I can get my wood chips?
Generally, we have somebody here at 7 o'clock in the morning. To be safe, probably by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you have to be out of here.
Orange barrels, my favorite. I know every resident in the city of Brooklyn loves orange barrels. You know why? It means construction. Just what type of construction will be in the city of Brooklyn this summer?
Well, this year we're putting in about $1.4 million in construction. We're going to do Torrance and Orchard. We're also going to do Delora. We're going to do Southwood North, a bit off by the high school. Really needs to be done. And then we're also going to do South Amber this year.
It's all about the roads, making stronger roads for the residents.
Absolutely.
Construction. Friends of Brooklyn, it's been another great episode of Brooklyn 2.0. I had the opportunity to learn about recycling, saving the environment, saving the earth. I got to talk with Diane, John, the service director of the city of Brooklyn. I learned what to put in my recycling bin and what not to put in my recycling bin. And the great thing, I've been appointed for a day to be a recycling driver for the city of Brooklyn. I'm off to get those blue cans.